Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of 8-Star Anime. I'm here with Chopsaki's William, here on Geek Carolina, where all the geeks finally came together and finally just made one damn channel. Especially since now we have one single Facebook page that we're all finally collaborating onto now. If you go to facebook.com/Geek Carolina, you'll find our page. Go ahead and like, subscribe to that page. You'll get updates on all the stuff that we will be presenting on YouTube, Facebook Live, and all the sorts. And it keeps you updated on different contests that Denzi Caster and all of them come up with over time. Still trying to figure out one for 8-Star at some point, but we'll get there eventually. When we get to it. So, today's episode, we decided to pick a series for once, and we watched the first 6 episodes of Shonen Jump's Medaka Box. Comedy extravaganza. And, so, the publisher, Shueisha, has done this series since 2009 all the way to 2013. 22 volumes of manga. And, had 24 episodes? Yes. 24 episodes of the actual animated series, 2 seasons worth. We're only halfway through the first season, and to be honest, granted the series is fairly short, but very heartwarming to a degree, but ultimately very random and comedic as hell. For those of us who are not quite familiar with Medaka Box, I'll give you a quick synopsis. Our main character, Kurakami Medaka, has just became the new student council president, and she needs recruits because her goal is to solve all the problems in the school and plant flowers in the student council room for everything for every problem.
Fill the campus with flowers.
Fill the campus with flowers. For every problem that she solves in the school, is her ultimate goal. So she has to go around and recruit. Who's the first recruit? Well, none other than her
long-time
best friend, which I cannot remember his name off the side of my life. I have notes in here somewhere. Yeah. That's what happens when I don't pay attention.
On the side.
There it is. That's what I was looking for. Because he'll literally be the second person listed. Zenkichi Hideyoshi. He, very delinquent-like, but typically he's one of those that knows her very well and knows that, she is very eccentric, but very outgoing character. And he reluctantly, eventually, after the first episode, decides to join. And granted, she's so comfortable around him. Like the first, second episode in, he goes into the student council room, and the first thing he sees is her half naked, and she's just like, "What?" It's like, "It's just you." Moving on, and he's just like, "Put some clothes on." It's like, "Wow,
some decent."
Jeez. I just thought it was absolutely hilarious. Throughout most of this, we actually see some of her strengths and weaknesses. One of her biggest strengths is she's ridiculously strong and powerful. She's trained in many different forms of martial arts, and she has a particular aura about her.
She's very smart too, apparently.
Oh, very.
We'll find that out in the later episodes.
But for the most part, she's just really above and beyond character, but not without her flaws. Granted, sure, she can solve issues, but sometimes she's not as bright of a person as you think she is. In certain categories, like logic seems to be lost on her very heavily. Which is why I think Hideyoshi is the proper character to have her by her side, because he's the actual, out of everyone in that group, the most logical person. The most sensible, the guy that actually kind of plays a straight man through most of the series. And one of my favorite things is one of her weaknesses I thought was hilarious that they show was her being with animals. Because though on the surface as human beings we see her as this strong, independent woman, she can do anything, she's dependable, she's awesome, very charismatic. Well, not to animals. They can actually sense that aura about her.
And are repulsed by her.
Correct.
Although she actually loves animals.
She loves animals. They do not like her whatsoever. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. I mean, there's literally an entire episode where she shows up. She's like, what do you mean you can't solve? Because there's an episode where they have to solve a problem. From what we saw, where they have to find this dog that got lost and bring it back to the owner. Well, this dog looks fierce and mean, and Hideyoshi and one of his classmates just can't seem to figure out how to get the dog to come to them so they can take it back to the owner. Well, Medaka's like, I got this. Yep, I got this. And he's just like, Hideyoshi's like, I think we can figure this out. And he's like, no, I'm willing to do this. I'm the president. If they need me to help out, I can do it. Yeah, that was awkward. Because that dog saw her and was like, nope.
Especially the dog costume she was wearing.
That dog looked at her and was like, nope, and ran to Hideyoshi and the girl and were like, get that woman away from me. And to the point where she's like, and to the point where she was so depressed afterwards. I thought it was hilarious. She's like,
messed up.
I was like, and he's just like, well, we solved the problem, but not the way we thought we would do it. It's quite hilarious, actually. Down the line, you find out that between Hideyoshi and Medaka, Hideyoshi used to do all sorts of sports, kind of go out to tryouts, stuff like that, just kind of keep himself in shape, kind of try stuff out. And you find out that one of the things he won't do is judo because of one person. And he, and as soon as I can find exactly which one it is, real quick, what do you think about the show? While I look this up real fast.
I like it. Really messed up and really funny. It's about all to really say. Not without its flaws. There are some parts of the story that I'm just waiting to click. Other than that, I really actually like it. It's an interesting way of telling a story. So far, the episode with the swim team is one of my favorite ones.
Yes, because that's when they get the
last part of the main four of the council.
Yeah, because that's when they get the treasure on that one. Now with the judo team, Koki Akune, who, my God, is narcissistic as fuck. Excuse my language. But he, that dude.
He apparently also makes all the women's panties melt. So
apparently so. Apparently all these women want him, and I'm thinking, why? But he's all about, all the ladies, all whatnot, and he also has a huge crush on Medaka. But of course, Medaka at a certain point obviously has feelings more towards Hideyoshi, which is quite frankly obvious from the beginning. And which is why Hideyoshi is the first person she chooses to join the student council. So when but through his accolades, he finally decides to quit judo and join the student council to be with, Medaka. The end.
Because you also find out there's also an ulterior motive there too.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in love with her since he met her.
Yeah.
So.
It's a long history, and you'll get to know it in the first few episodes. When about episode 3 is when it starts. That particular arc, it's like 3 and 4. Now, the episodes after that, 5 and 6, is where we get to the swim team, where what it is most of that episode starts off with certain clubs wanting a bigger budget.
Or just wanting an increase.
An increase in budget. And so the best thing they do is they decide to have competitions in the pool with all the clubs coming together to earn points to earn more for their clubs. and having a hard time, buddy. And so one of the things they do is the swim team, who thought they would have the advantage, ends up, having a fight with the student council through all of it, to the point where the judo team's like, "Hey, look at that, we won!" And and so Morgana, who ends up like saying, "Man, all I really wanted was money."
Yep.
And it's like, well, I can do that if I join student council and become their treasurer. And sure enough, that's what she does. So now she gets to play with all the money. So there's all that. Now, like I said, there's more to it than the stories, but the series doesn't know justice with me talking about it as much as you really have to see the quirkiness of how this show is and how it's run. This show has no qualms with giving you fan service, unnecessary fan service in most cases, as well as...
Especially during the swim meet episode.
Oh, yeah. As well as a lot of high-flying action that you would get out of the shonen manga. Got your fan service, got your action, got your comedy, got a little bit of everything, and it works well. Because the show knows what it's doing, and it just goes with it. They don't try to change nothing. It's, boom, this is the tone we're setting it. This is the tone we're keeping. So, I do look forward to finishing at least the first season down the line, and kind of seeing where they go with it, because I actually have not read the manga for this one. I haven't seen much of the anime until we decided to sit down and just watch it. So I think this is one of those rare hidden gems that if you hadn't seen it, when it was kind of hitting its stride, it's really worth going back and taking a look. If you can get your hands on the manga, go ahead and give that a shot. But I think the anime does it justice. So for what you get out of it. With that being said, not a whole lot I can really say too terrible, other than the fact that I think sometimes they just go a little overboard on certain things that didn't need it, regardless of the tone that they're setting. So there's that. What about, anything else you got for it?
Just look forward to seeing more of it. It's pretty funny.
I do agree. So, normally, and like before, me and Dave had put up, we're not doing a scoring until we actually finish up the season or finishing up the series itself. That way we can give it a proper, 100% accurate, estimation of where we want it to be. Because it's kind of hard to be like, hey, these first 6 episodes were really great. Let's give it a 6 or 7 out of 8. Yeah.
And then it might crash and burn towards the end.
And then we're just like, yeah, this show sucks. It's like, we don't want that. We want the full assessment before we actually get to it. So we have that coming for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you agree with us, let us know. Give us a thumbs up. If you disagree with us, go ahead and give us a thumbs down. Let us know in the comments below. Hey, what did you? Maybe our thoughts of it is not as high as you think they should be. Because hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it, and by the time we finish all 12 episodes of season 1, we'll definitely give you the rundown of exactly what we think of the show. So, with that being said, let's have this to be continued. So, I'm Chris. He's Will. That was Titan. We'll see you next time
All right.
on Ace on It.